Hello everyone and welcome back to the table. Today we're going to take a look at Sails of Glory. So this is an unboxing, not a review. I've gone ahead and I've pulled the plastics. We're going to open it up, see what we have. So immediately what you see are 4 ships. I'm guessing 2 frigates and probably a couple of third rates. I didn't take the time to look ahead of time. So you're looking at this fresh with me as well. On the back, it shows you're going to get like a measuring stick, some counters. I don't think you get a map. I don't think that. You're going to have to supply your own map for this. But yeah, so it's got a couple of items here. But let's see what's actually on the inside. Okay. Ooh. Testy. Okay. Well, here we've got the 4 ships. It's got a nice hold them in place. Great. Here they are. These are nice. These are nice. I mean, assembled. This is one reason I wanted to get this. It's fun to build your own ships and paint them and everything. But on the same token, that requires you having to assemble them and paint them. So I was really interested in this idea because this would allow me to get some ships and not have to paint and assemble. Call me lazy. Sometimes I just want to grab ships and play. I mean, once they're painted, yeah, great. But the other thing too with this scale, depending on the type of gaming, size of gaming that you're doing, this looks more scale compatible on your table. When you play, I don't know, it's hard to describe always with me the figure scale to terrain scale, but sometimes playing with smaller ships just looks better on the table if you want to have a bunch of them. Now, I don't know how this game plays. My initial impressions from what I've seen is this is kind of like X-Wing or that kind of Wings of Glory type of thing. And so the idea is maybe 3 ships maximum kind of per person kind of a thing. So even at that scale, these might look better on the table. Once you start getting larger, you really have to kind of skew the measurements to look somewhat realistic. But when you have smaller ships, it's easier to kind of replicate the distance that you might actually realistically engage at. So the ships could still be kind of close together, but it looks better. So anyway, in my mind I was thinking, well, this might allow me to do maybe more realistic looking games. Gives me a collection of ships that are already pre-painted, assembled. One thing I am going to look into doing, since I've done a lot of rigging with black sails, or black seas, or I forgot what that was called, but like I've already done a bunch of rigging. For example, here's one. I've got some experience rigging, so what I'm thinking is applying some of those techniques here, and I can just run lines, across the tops, and maybe kind of simulate a little bit of that. So even though these, I think these look pretty good, maybe put a little wash on there, kind of, make some details pop. But they've saved me a lot of trouble getting in and doing some of the detailed painting. So this would be great, maybe just with a little bit of touch-ups, weathering, some rigging, and I think these will look great. I think they already look pretty good. So I believe that was one of the frigates. Here's one of the third rates. See, I think these look really good already, just like that. I know it's plastic sails, but again, just add some weathering effects, run some rigging lines, and I think they'll look really good. So this will give you some ready ships. Buying the ships individually depends where you buy them. They're like maybe 15 to 30 depending on the ship, which if you compare to say like Black Seas, it's hard to say on the price, but again, what you're paying for with this a little bit is already pre-assembled, pre-painted, and then you get a lot of counters and details and things that are specific to the ship, a lot of extra cardboard and things that come with it. It's not just the ship model you're buying. But look at that. I really like that. You can see the stacked lifeboats, I guess, rowboats there, painting on the back. These actually, the paint jobs look better than what I'm doing on mine. And I also like the little touch of the flag. I like that it's going with, you know, with the way the wind is blowing. So I like the look of that one. So we got British, so it's 2 French, 2 British. Of course, yeah, it's like, oh, well, that's just all black. Anybody could do that, you know. Say what you will, but I think this is still a good starting point, especially if you're just getting into, say, Napoleonic Age of Sail type of games. I think these ships give you a good starting point so you can customize a little bit. Now, I'm looking here. This is glass, so this is cool. So you can take this off, looks like, and this will come off, and then you can stick your ship stats there that come with the game, and that's good. So we'll put that there. And already the modder in me is thinking, hey, again, perfect if you want to use these ships with other rule sets. You can stick your ship names and any specific data you need for your game right in there. So how convenient is that? Already has a base you can use. Plus, again, if you're a customizer, this gives you a base that you can paint, customize, make pretty however you want, and then, you know, boom, you can use that with anything. So very happy with the ships. Those look really good, and I like this. Keeps them in place. Usually I get something like, you know, the Star Wars, what was it, the Armada. The ships aren't really secured. Well, I guess they're kind of cool. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking of something else. I was overthinking. But anyway, I like this. Holds them in place. Here we've got stuff to store the cards for the ships. So each ship comes with a deck of cards. Because again, it kind of reminds me of like Wings of Glory. These cards will indicate maneuvers and things that each ship can do. Each ship comes with a, again, it goes on the base, but this tells you the arc of fire for the set of cannons that you're working with. Again, it gives you some specific information for the ship, name of the ship, country of origin. And then these ships are like your flight deck, right? You're going to go through and pick the card that you're going to use for its next maneuver. So it's very nicely packed in this starter box. Each of the ships is represented. Now, what will you do with future ships? You'll have to store that separately. All right, and here, this looks like the rule book. So let's see if I can grab that. Ugh. Well, that's in there pretty snug. Wow. Oh, okay. Got a spring 2019 catalog. Yeah, so why else was I interested in this? Well, first I was really interested just to find another source of ships that are already pre-done, because I play a lot of games and I buy a lot of models, and I had to admit, you know, I'm pretty lazy. I'm not very good at painting and rigging and doing so many ships, and I thought, you know, let me just get some ships that are pre-done. So that was the primary thing. I also thought the mechanics looked pretty good. I saw a couple of YouTube videos, thank you YouTube, of people playing, and the gameplay is intriguing. It's not a simulation game like Post Captain or Heart of Oak or something like that, close action, but it looked fun, and I have no problem with that. I like fun. The components look kind of good. And I went to get it, and it was selling for like $200 on Amazon, like it was out of print. And I read somewhere that they were going to reissue some more, and it looks like they did. And it's, you know, came out last year at some point, because this is a 2019 catalog, that they released more. I'm also interested in this because the support seems fantastic. There are lots of ships that you can find for the game. So not only do you get the 4 here, but they have a lot of ships available. So the support is more tremendous than I thought. I honestly thought this was kind of a dead game. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't think so, because they're releasing it and I'm buying it. So hopefully more people buy it. But there's a lot of ships you can get. So if you're looking to do specific scenarios, they probably have ships that you can use. So that was another reason I thought I'd get in. The price came back down, affordable, good ships, lots of ships, plenty of collector opportunities. So I thought, let's do it. By the way, I did get this from eBay. I didn't write down the name of the person I bought it from. I think it was a store, but it was like $71 for the box. So I said, yeah, let's do it. But anyway, I see we got to store some things, but I see nothing here. Now I know there's some cardboard components that you assemble, so I'm hoping everything gets assembled and stuck in here. I do know these are, I'm going to open one to show you. So there's a stack of these for each ship. I'm going to carefully try and open this. What this is kind of like a track board for the ship. They go together like a puzzle. So let's pull the plastic back. And this is like where you track your damage on. Now I'm going to move this for a moment. So you'll have it here. And as you take damage, you lay your counters here. Again, specifically how that's done, don't ask me yet, because I don't know the rules. But as you draw your damage counters, they'll apply here, and then this gives you the statistics of your ship, its combat effectiveness, how it decays over time until it sinks. So that is kind of fun. So there's one for each of the included ships. Aquion. Looks like they might be, are they double-sided? Ha! See, so already these ships you can, I guess depending on how the scenario you play, or if it's a point-buy system, you can customize and pick a specific ship. So that one's from 1787. This is 1778. So that's cool. So this gives you a little bit to play around with. I like it. All right, so we've got the 3 ship track boards. I'm gonna have to find a better way to track what one goes where. Oh yeah, good. They have a number on here for me. So if I mix these up, so all of these say S, I think it's SS01, maybe ship status 01 or ship sheet 1. Here's a 4, 2, there's a 3. Good, so if I end up mixing these together, I can find them, separate them out as needed. So good. Good job, Aries. So I'm going to stick those back in the box. And let's just open up one pack. So here's the data card that's going to go on the model itself under that glass, which is just great, by the way, I think. Let's see what one of that looks like. I don't know what ship this one goes to, so I'm not worried about that. I just want to put one on here. So it will go in like so. Plastic, I said glass, but probably plastic. Boom. Put it back in, and now you have gorgeous. Love it. And even if you use this for another game system, you got plenty of room to write down ship names, statistics, things like that for your other system. Brilliant. Brilliant. So I'm just going to leave that there. Why not? We'll put the right ship with the right cards later, but I think that looks pretty good. That's going to look good on the table. So we'll open up a pack of cards here and see what kind of quality we have. So the cards are nice. Do I need to sleeve them? I don't know. It's a lot of cards to want to have to sleeve. So here's the ship. I can't pronounce the name, so it's this one. And on that side, that one, French. And then we have, right, your movement templates. So the way that works is, I guess the basic rules is pretty simple, but as you get more advanced rules, I'm told it's more realistic and simulation-y. Well, that's fine. But either way, so based on your sail strength, looks like one sail, probably like, low sail, battle sail, full sail, or something like that. But depending on your sail strength, you line up. There's a little notch here on the front of the ship. Line it up. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to go from the back and then trace it. I don't remember what folks did for that, but that might be what you do. You have to put the, who knows. I was never very good at these things. But let's just say, you line it up, and then there's red, green. So again, obviously, something I don't know yet, but very easy. Just move it along until it matches up. So that's what all these maneuver cards are. And there's a bunch. You got different types of turns you can do. Now, I don't know. Okay, again, this is the don't know because I'm new to this one, and I'll figure it out soon enough, or someone will tell me in comments. But I believe that these are drawn from like a deck, and you draw a certain amount, and then from what you draw, you have to decide what you want to do. Only drawback to that I can see people, I haven't really seen a whole lot of people in forums talk about this game, but in my mind, the one thing I see that people would not like is the fact that you have to draw the maneuvers, and then from the maneuvers in hand, pick what you want to do. I could see how for some people that might make you feel limited in your decisions. So I'll figure it out. Like I said, once I read the rules, I'll have a better understanding of how maneuver works, and if that's the case, how to work with that. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I'm going to cut here. I'm not going to click here. I'm going to cut here. I can see already a player board, ship board. And that might be another thing for this game, is how much space this takes up. Because you are, to my knowledge, going to need, ooh, this plastic is on here good, like one of these boards per ship. So playing this and having like 10 ships, unless you have multiple players over multiple tables stuck together, might make large engagements not quite. Like, I don't think you're going to do Trafalgar with, a bunch of ships. I don't think that's going to be possible. You're going to play part of Trafalgar, it looks like. So here's the ship board, and I believe your other board will go up on here, or this is just counters, something. Let's see. No, that's a board. There's a couple spots to punch out for different things, looks like. I'm not going to punch anything yet, but like your cards, you're going to play them here and line up your sequence of orders that you want things to occur in. So each ship needs one of these boards. That's where I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a pain. Oh, you know what? I think this middle section actually punches out, and then your ship card. Again, I'm just guessing, all right? Look, I didn't say this was comprehensive or professional. I'm just looking and enjoying. Oh, yes, I think that's what it does. So you just stick your ship in there, and then you track all your damage and stuff down there. Oh, brilliant. And then I think all of these counters are the ones you're going to punch out and use that to fill the damage track. Because when you do damage and attack, you draw random damage chits and apply them. Which is another thing that I know some folks won't like. I kind of explained the mechanic to a friend of mine. He watched some videos, and he's a die-hard dice rolling mechanic person. So he was like, yeah, this is too gamey. That's okay. I'm all about gamey in games. The shrink wrap was so tight it kind of bent the corner. Oh, it bent my Wookiees. So those are kind of bent. There you go. So this has 4 ships. You get 4 of these. See, and that's what I'm saying is might be kind of the drawback to some folks. To play this out, you still probably need a good 6x4 table space with room to put these. The gaming space itself might be smaller, but you still got to have enough room to fit all of these. So I don't see large-scale battles. I'm still thinking maybe 3 decent ships per person is the target for this one. So I'm going to stick these back in the box. The art, I will say this though, the art is good. The cardboard is sturdy and nice. I'm thinking these are pretty good. I said sturdy, little flimsy, but again, they're not like paper thin, so I think they'll be serviceable. And then here's more counters, so lots of counters here. Ooh, a couple of your measuring sticks. I should probably flip it this way because that's the back side. Here's your rule book. This is a cute rule book. This is a little thicker than I thought it would be, but it looks nice. The artwork inside is good. Nice quality paper. This is decent. Now, oh, solitaire play. Thank you. Right up my alley. Solitaire play. I like that. Let's see. I'm not sure. Let's look here. We got basic rules, basic scenario, standard rules, and advanced rules. So that's what I read somewhere, watched Facebook. They said, yes, the basic rules are very basic, gives you a very simple game, but as you start to move into the advanced rules, it starts to feel more simulation-y. So I will be happy to report on that down the road for you. But The artwork looks good. So this is a nice looking rule book. Let me just shove these around. Oh yeah, the wind gauge. Oh yeah, look at that. Now I think inside the box, as I was worried about that, where's the wind gauge? How do I get these out? I'm using my X-Acto blade. Please don't be mad at me. Oh, great. How do I get all this stuff out? But there's a spot in here. I'm going to have to come up with a way to get these out of here easier. When you assemble certain dials, looks like I can just fit them right in there. So at first I was worried. I was like, oh, what am I missing? But yeah, I think it's all assembled through the cardboard. And then you can just stick those in when you're done. Anywho, there we go. Nice wind dial. Artwork is very good. Very evocative of the period, I think. The counters are good. They look great. Very evocative of the period. Here's some damage ones, damage tokens. Losing a lot of sailors. And then there we go. We just saw those counters. So actually, there's a lot of cardboard in here. Not as much as some games. I get you. You're saying, what do you mean a lot of cardboard? That's not much. Well, there's a lot of little pieces to punch out. Now, I did see on Noble Knight, I may have seen this on eBay too. There's a nice cloth draw bag you can get. Luckily, I have some Royal Crown bags that I already have. Nice velvety purple bags that I'm going to use. So very evocative of the period. So this is going to look great. So I can't wait to assemble it. I'm going to go do that here in just a few minutes, and we'll see how it all fits together. Also, to help in the assembly, I've got a couple plastic bits and then a couple, at least one black bit. There you go. So we got that. So that's what comes in the basic it's 2-player starter pack. I'm actually super excited. I love Age of Sail games. I can't wait to get this one out. You know, again, this might not be your post-captain, close action, Heart of Oak, Iron Ships, Wooden Men, or Wooden Men, Iron Ships, whatever. You know, it might not be along those lines, but it does look fun, and sometimes you just need a little bit of fun. I hope that sounded more profound than maybe what I was attempting. So there you go. I'm going to stick all this cardboard back in and put this together, and one of these days I'm going to give this a whirl. And because it's got solo mode rules, that means I might get this to the big table one day and just kind of film some action there in the big game. Let's go ahead and open that, put that back up there, and get this right here. Really appreciate you tuning in and watching. If you have any experience with this game, go ahead and share. If you didn't like it, that's fine. If you don't like the game, it's fine if you want to downvote the video because you don't like the game. But what I would like is if you told me why you don't like it, because then I can be on the lookout for things that might make the game not enjoyable for people. And then I think on ideas on how to tweak stuff. So first I'm going to try and learn this game as is out of the box. But I'm always open to hear your guys' opinions, what everybody thinks. So anyway, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.